We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching. Florida Illuminati.
Hey folks, welcome to the Hoardcast. This is Greg with you once again, and I am here with my lovely and talented wife, Christel. How are you, Christel?
Great.
Doing all right? And well, we got a new camera, you can tell, and we're not red anymore. And you can see how incredibly translucently white Christel is. She's got a German descent, and she never goes in the sun, and so she's very white. She's a super white lady. So white and blonde. I like it like that. And join us as always is our friend Matt. How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back. I love it.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
It's the dude with white and blonde wives clubs. That's what.
Oh yeah, is your wife super white too?
Yes. Yeah. Also German heritage.
There you go. We have a type.
Yeah. It's almost like they could stereotype us with our collections, our nerdiness, and our taste in ladies.
Teutonic ladies. It's perfect. So, and she's perfect. She's great. How you doing, honey? Yeah, I see you have your little friend there today. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, she brought her loft cat with her. They sell those at Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
You can get them there. You could. Back in the old times when you could go to Galaxy's Edge. It was so good. But anyway,
days of old.
It hurts inside. So moving into the wonderful world of digital cards, we're still following the continuing story of the Wax IO Garbage Pail Kid.
Garbage Patch Cats.
Garbage Pail Cats. A pretty exciting launch. We talked about some last week. We're both all learning about this crazy world of cryptocurrency, and it's bizarre. The blockchain is still very opaque. It's very hard to understand exactly what's going on. But there's a lot of people that have been into it, and they're all they're like drug dealers. They're like, hey man, I'll tell you all about it, man. Here, smoke this, man.
They want you hooked in there bad.
Yeah, but, we've got I joined a Discord server about it, and they have a lot of people that are really into it. Oh my God, that is not going to get annoying at all. Seriously, that thing needs to go. Here, $30 death shot, and put him to sleep. So, if you ask a question in the Discord server, usually somebody will pop up with an answer. And one of the questions I had was, because I've seen people with listings saying, oh, there's X amount of this card, or there's X amount. How are people finding this out? Because it's not on the card. We're used to card counts on the card, and there's metadata that just isn't there. But there's apps that can dig down into that information and get it to you. And somebody popped up with a website where you can see the counts on every one of the cards. Now,
yeah, that was really helpful. You sent that my way, and then I looked up some of my sketches and other stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of those sketches, one of them that I have is like 20 something. Some I have are like
I have one that's 26 count. I'm like, God damn, that's pretty scarce. They go up to about 66 on the sketches is as high as they go, and then they can change because we still have unopened product out there.
Correct.
So when a new pack opens, it basically opens according to odds. There's no fixed counts on any of these things. And so basically it's a roll of the dice anytime a pack gets open. So that card now that's a collector's edition that's sitting at 1 count, which there are a couple of those could go to a 2 count just by opening one basic $5 pack. Those $5 packs are not $5 packs anymore.
Not anymore. They're like $50 now.
That stuff has all gone really up there. I'm glad I hung on to a pack. I wish I'd have held on to more. And then I'm trying to figure out the whole. There's an app called Simple Market IO, and that basically is mainly for wax trading. And up until the launch of the Garbage Pail Kids, there was maybe 10 users on the thing. There's people that generate content and sell it for wax, and there was nobody using this thing. And now, because of the Garbage Pail Kids, it's gone through the freaking roof.
Yeah, yeah, and you just go to the website and then you can sell it, like you said, for the wax cryptocurrency.
Right.
Not US dollars, but if you want
Some
US
people
dollars.
actually can sell for US dollars,
Oh,
depending
really? I
on.
wonder if you have to be like a super user or something.
You have to, I think you have to have a certain kind of account. There's a few exchanges like Bittrex where you actually can transfer, you can change US dollars into Ethereum and then change Ethereum into Wax. It's still very convoluted. I mean, seriously, it's like, let me buy your Canadian quarters and now I'm going to use those to buy pesos. It's really complicated and needlessly so. You should be able to go in and just go, hey, wax store, here's $20. Give me whatever commensurate. It's about 27 wax per dollar was the number I saw the other day.
There you go. So you should get 500 wax for your $20 or whatever.
It's going up though. The exchange rate is, basically wax is it's going to be, the number of wax is going to be less per dollar because the stock in it has really gone through the roof because of this garbage pail kids. So it's had a big market effect as well in the cryptocurrency markets, which is something that's a sentence. When the fuck did I ever think I was going to say something like that? Are you kidding?
I
me?
know.
What have you done to me, Tops?
Speaking of things we never thought we'd say.
I know. I'm like, next week you'll come on and I'll be all in a fucking black trench coat and fucking black sunglasses. I'll be fucking Neo, man. I'll be in the Matrix, man. I'll be learning Kung Fu, man.
You could be all steampunked out or whatever.
Yeah, steampunk, and I'll have like copper tubing coming out of my neck and shit. It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be totally crypto.
I mean,
no, I thought crypto was just Superman's dog.
There you go.
So yeah, there's a lot going on in that whole thing, and it looks like they're going to go at Series 2 sometime in June. I would expect in early June. I think they're not going to waste a lot of time, and they're going to get in on the heat of this stuff and get another set of these things out, and then we'll see what happens with that. I think they will sell out. They're either going to put a lot more product out and make more money, or they're going to sell out even faster than they did last time. I think a lot of people were caught flat-footed by the 28-hour.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think 100%. If it follows in the traditional Topps footprints, then you're right. They're gonna the product will be increased tenfold.
Yes.
But otherwise, if it's the same amount of packs, look out. It'll be gone in an hour.
Well, I mean, we were surprised when the mega pack sold out. The
Overnight.
first day. Overnight, we got up in the morning because I was 100% planned to go get another one of those, and they were gone. And that was that. So.
Yeah.
And then the other big news for us in the world of Wax IO is they gave away 99. It was 100 actually. They had an email contest that gave away one, and then they had 99 gold cards that they gave away to anybody who bought that first 24 hours.
Which I think was awesome. I mean, the odds were insane. Didn't you tell me they only had 720 something unique users?
So the odds were somewhere around 13% chance to get one of those, which is pretty damn good.
That is pretty damn good. I can't believe.
Of course, and we were both like, Yahoo! And I would lay down to take a nap at noon and hoping I'm going to get an email when I woke up. And I did not. You did not.
I did not.
We were saying right before there, I was like, you're like, oh, well, I hope you get one or I get one. I hope one of us gets one. And I'm like, why not both?
That's right. Do it.
Neither of us got it. I fucked that up. We did not get one. But our friend Dan Anderson 72, who literally only bought one mega pack. I'm going to roll the dice on this thing and get in on the hype. And best $25 he ever spent, because
absolutely
he was awarded one of the gold cards, and he came in and said, hey guys, I won this thing, golly gee wow. And I'm like, hey dude, that thing's worth a shitload of money right now. And he's like, really? I need to sell that. So he put it up on eBay, and I helped him through with his listing to get it honed up right. And it has been hot. It went over $500 in the first 24 hours.
Yep.
It was 705 yesterday, but it looks like there was a bid retraction, and it dropped down to 660, which is still great.
If
you spent $25 and they gave you $600, you won the race there. You're the king.
Oh, absolutely. He got that, and it's still got 5 days or 5.5 days.
Yeah, that last day is going to be wild, because I think it's the only one that's up on the bay. Now there's somebody has a collector's edition up there, which I think is a 1 of 5.
Oh,
and they're
really?
asking $12,000 for it.
The fuck out of here, which is crazy.
Who knows? They might get it. You never
They
know.
might.
It's
Here's a kick in the ass.
and there's the hype has been really hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's a kick in the ass. When I first looked at the sold listings on eBay for those, and it might have been the day that we were even buying them, one of the collector's editions sold for $150, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I know, I saw that, and I'm sick about it because
I
I wish I'd have
believe
fucking
you.
bought that one, But I mean,
Yeah.
who knew? And there were so many prisms that were selling for like $3 and $4, and now you can't touch one for less than 10.
Right. Yeah.
And sketches were going for like $8-9, and now you can't touch
$30.
one for less than $100. So
Yeah.
it's all gone really hot, really fast as people realized how little of this product there was, and a lot of people that were late to the game are coming in and just pulling out the wallets. So it's
I hope Dan gets a good chunk for it. I don't see him getting less than $2 or $3 grand. I really don't.
I hope not. I hope so.
I hope I didn't just curse the guy.
1,000. I don't know. It might have been, if he'd have sold it in a 3-day listing, it might have gone for more because people have kind of had time to kind of chill out a little bit. But there have been some that are sold in the crypto markets for in that area, $2,000 and $3,000 worth of wow.
Cryptocurrency.
So yeah.
Man, oh, that's awesome. So I don't know. Coming up on Series 2, I'm on the fence about whether or not I should sell off on it. I don't know. Should I hold on to it or sell it? That's kind of hard.
I sold enough to get clear. I sold.
That's right.
I sold one of my base cards. I had a dupe atom bomb that I sold for $43, and that's a base card. That was one of those cards that was flying around for $3-4. And just because it's the package art one, and that's the hot one. Everybody wants that one. It's like the iconic one for whatever fucking reason. I don't know anything about Garbage Patch Cats.
I don't know.
But a base card for $43 is insane. And I still have one. That was a dupe. So I'd spent $50 total. So now my total investment is like 10. And I still have a ton of shit. I still have 2 sketches and a bunch of prisms and, some good stuff. I have a prism atom bomb as well. So,
I would think that would clear you over 100 and some in its own. So.
I one of the things I didn't talk about last week and I meant to mention was there was a time many, many, many years ago when I was surfing the internet, looking at Gizmodo, and they had a thing about Bitcoins, which was a new thing that was just starting up. This was literally like the first cryptocurrency. And it was explaining what it was and how did it work and where could you get it. And they actually had a link to an exchange where you could go and you could use PayPal to buy Bitcoins. And at that time, they were $45 a piece. And I had them in my fucking basket, and I had the money in PayPal more than enough to do it right. I could have pushed boom, and I could have bought those Bitcoins right then at $45. In the intervening years since then, that would if I sold those 2 Bitcoins right now, that would yield you about $18,000.
Don't think about it. Just try not.
It's hard not to think about that sometimes. I mean, I've had a few, Yahoo shoot your shotgun in the air. I just fucking won. But that was one where I literally like backed away and I should have committed. Que sera, but now having been burned like that, I'm going to hold my fucking Garbage Patch Cats. You know what I mean? I
kind of feel like we should hold them too, because if Series 2, they have a bazillion, cards out there, these will still be rare. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you like day one of the app. You think about this as day one of the app, and I don't think Topps is going to stop doing this. And the fact that when you talk about cross trading, I mean, when they come out with Star Wars at some point or Mars Attacks, they come out with Mars Attacks, I'm going to fucking want that. And if I have a stack of Garbage Pail Kids Series 1, I should pretty easily be able to trade those for the stuff I want in Mars Attacks.
Yeah, you'll have somebody who's down with that.
For sure. So that's where my head's at. I'm in for only $10 at this point, and I can just hold what I have, which is pretty nice, and just see how it goes. It's fun. It's fun just to be in,
It is. It is fun to be in, and you're right. I am more than happy that we both pulled the trigger on these.
I think I saw Qui-Gon Gin and Tonic got a gold as well.
He did. He got a gold as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's sitting pretty.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing. It's like, oh boy, do you sell that or do you keep it or what? There was 4 different designs, and there was more rarity on the A's as they are with the B's versus the B's. So I don't know which one he got, but I mean the one that Dan got's a B, and it's huge money. So.
Man. Oh, and to think that we've already been down that road, but yeah, to think that there were only 700 and something people who could have won 100 of them. I mean, that's great odds for people who bought in.
For sure. Yeah. So that was really cool. And it'll be interesting. They'll probably do the same with Series 2 as well. So it'll be worth it just to, to buy a little. I mean, maybe buy a little and just keep it unopened. I might do a mega open it, because those are going to have probably guaranteed sketches again and better odds on a CE. And then I may just hold some packs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
I'll probably buy in at 50 again just to see what I can get out of it.
Yeah. Like you said, if it's coming in June, we'll find out soon.
Yeah, they're not going to waste any time. They'll start hyping that pretty soon.
I imagine.
Moving out into the crazy world of our standard Topps apps where cryptocurrency doesn't exist.
Does not exist.
Just want real money, except for Disney Collect. They don't seem to. They're just like, if you want to give us money, okay. If not,
they don't care.
We're Disney. We're rich anyways.
Yeah, we're getting your money other ways.
One way or another.
But they just dropped Series 2. Is it Series 2? Their Series 2 of base now?
Yes, Series 2 base. We talked about the placeholder last week that was there. And of course, they came out with it with the celebration style ones or whatever, the gold ones.
Right.
They sold like crazy because Series 1 did the same thing, the gold ones. And they were pretty low count considering Disney. The counts have already far surpassed the older celebrations. So anyway, so they pushed those out first, and then they also had additional ones that you could meld them into. You could use the what do they call it? It's not the workbench. What the hell is it? The crafting. Yeah. And you could meld them into Phineas and Ferb. They had 5 different Phineas and Ferb ones, and they had 3 different Gravity Falls ones. So you could take any of your dupes and meld them into one of those characters. So I did those, got those all finished.
I was excited to see the Phineas and Ferb. We always love that show. Is fucking genius.
It is genius. So have you ever watched the Star Wars one?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I remember when they announced those, and people were like, "This is the end of the world. This is terrible." I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Phineas and Ferb is funny as hell, and the fact that they can do this now because Disney owns Star Wars. I mean, it's one of the first things they did when they bought Star Wars. And people were just like, "Oh, this is a desecration." Oh, and all. So I was just like, "God damn, fucking loosen up, man. That shit is hilarious."
You ever seen Spaceballs? What the fuck?
Yeah, right. I mean, desecration. They that want to rag on everything anyways.
So yeah, those were cool, and Devery likes Gravity Falls, and she's in Disney, so I melded her. I
didn't really care for the Disney. We watched Gravity Falls a few times, and I didn't really care for it. But Phineas and Ferb signed me up, and I've melded a couple of those, and I keep getting Perry. And you said that there's some kind of way that you can re-roll and get somebody different.
Yeah, if you get a dupe of one that you already have, like if you just get 2 Perrys, you can just put them. You can manually select them in your crafting, and they will give you another Phineas and Ferb character. So I did it.
Have to wait for an hour for another Perry to come out.
And that happened to me. Yes.
The Horde finds you.
That's exactly right. That happened to me several times with Phineas, I think. So I re-rolled him and I get him again. I re-rolled him, I got him again. So it's like it's a 1 in 5 chance to get it. I
want Candace. Candace is the funniest goddamn thing. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's there. She's one of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust him. That show is great. I love Phineas and Ferb. We watched it so much, and it was funny because it was a classic.
They have a movie coming on Disney Plus.
That's what I heard. Yeah, they
have
some
more.
Oh man, okay, sign me up. Seriously, I love that stuff. But it was a classic case of my kid got into it after there was no merchandise. She did this. She's done this several times with things where she catches on to something after it's so over. It's all done. All the episodes are in the can. It's marched off into the sunset almost. There's nothing. I remember at Target they had tons of merchandise when that show
shirts and everything.
And by the time she got into it, it was gone. We couldn't find anything except if we went to Disney World. So, you know, it was just kind of a, you know, she kind of missed the boat again on merchandise, which saved us a ton of money, probably.
And you can get it, you know, cheaper probably if you wanted it. If you really
Yeah, well, she doesn't want it
find
anymore. But
somewhere.
there, you know,
No.
there was, you know, we went to Disney and they had a big Perry. They called Perry the meat brick because he's literally like a brick
Just a big
with a
block.
tail and a snout. And but she had to get her big blue Perry, and he makes
We
noise
didn't
too.
get
doesn't
that. We didn't get that at Disney World.
he? Where'd we get that?
We got that for like points or something.
that's right,
from,
yeah, the
Disney Rewards.
Disney reward points from buying the movies. Oh,
There you go.
well, extra
Yeah,
bonus for
yeah.
membership. Okay, whatever. So that was
Greg
that.
remembers things wrong.
Yeah.
all the
Number
time.
one today.
Well, thanks for helping me out, Whitey.
Casper.
Thanks for
Oh.
lighting.
I'm just happy not to be so fucking red.
I liked it better
I'm still
when we
pretty
were
red.
red.
You like the red?
I liked red. I like being red.
Put the red camera back. You can have your own camera. What about that?
Okay.
I'll set it.
There you go.
Set it up. No, I can set this up. Seriously.
That would be cool. A separate channel.
Give me an excuse to turn this room into more of a studio, please. It's a lot. So moving on, Marvel Collect. Did you do anything?
Yeah, Marvel Collect. I think that was pretty much it for Disney. They didn't have much else going on. Just the series
Me,
2.
I didn't do anything else.
No, they came out with Villains Series 3, but it's whatever. It's fine. And then some new starter set, Lady and the Tramp starter set, which is 500 coins and like 1 in 10 or something. It's easy, whatever. And that's it. And that was really it for Disney. But yeah, Marvel. I didn't do a lot in Marvel this week either. Let's see, the original art's still going on, I think. Yeah. Oh, but they changed it this week. They did something different. They changed it into some other artist or something. It was like wave 1, wave 2, and now it's like they're doing original art, but it doesn't say wave 3. It says like some guy's set or whatever. It's weird. So I assume that's part of their weekly sets. I did the vintage panels, so as usual. And outside, they dropped, was it Icons? The series 2 dropped, but they didn't cap. Either they didn't cap the counts, or they're much higher than they were last time.
Because they
I
were
did them
750, I think, last time, and then
It was
that was one of the
750
ones
last
where they dropped it. They had a pre-release where you could buy in for an hour, a
get
certain
the whole
number of
set.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then get the whole set, and then later on they dropped it for coins or limited coins and mostly diamondoids.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know that they're. Let's see. They say they're super rare. But
So they say.
So they say, but it doesn't say that they're count limited, and they're pretty high count right now too. So they're way past the 750 that the other ones were. Let's see. This counts are 1109 on
Hoardcast.
1200. So 11 and 1200 already.
That's
and,
no good. Yeah.
And climbing.
That's the new thing, it seems like, is to not have capped counts on anything. It's pretty aggravating to people that like to have value.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. You have to have some sort of limited count, I think, in order to start value. You can't just say it's legendary or epic or super rare. That does nothing. Anyhow, Doug Hills is the new original art. So.
I didn't do anything in Marvel, and I forgot to note that we had Slam news that dropped last night.
That's big, yeah. There you go.
Oh, Slampocalypse.
Slampocalypse is coming, and it's not a pay-per-view, but you paid to view it if you were a longtime user of Slam. I don't know how that segue's working. Not so great.
Not great.
But they're gonna go to the Marvel build, as we call it, in June. The first.
There's much revolt.
And they are not happy. And they're the caliber of their rebel leadership is wow, they're so good. I mean, how is Babby formed? I mean, the level of writing in these rants is just wow. I mean, it's like he's the angriest fourth grader I've ever seen. Actually, my fourth grader wrote better than these guys do now. Oh boy, they are.
Tens of people join forces today.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, they started a hashtag, so look out. Well,
Really? There was a hashtag?
yeah, game over. Forget about your big plans to change over to the Marvel build now, Tops. They have a hashtag. Well, we've got a cave troll.
No joke, man. Like, what the hell? You think you're
They're
gonna
not
stop
gonna
this
fucking
thing?
win. I mean, they're serious, like, oh, if we raise our voices and unite against this tyranny, they won't. They're gonna do it.
And if 4,000 plus 10,000, I don't know, angry nerds didn't get it done for Star Wars, it's not gonna stop it.
Exactly. They have no chance.
Uh,
This is happening. So they're gonna do the card sheet organization first to give them a little taste and say goodbye to all your award section. That's going away.
That's gone.
Those will all be folded in with everything else. Hopefully, at least they'll have award tags figured out by now. So when they make that transition, they'll actually have award tags on them. But even so, they're gonna fucking hate everything about this. And I mean, it's just I feel like a broken record. It's just like when it happened with Star Wars. I was like, it's gonna happen, okay? Take a look, start playing Marvel, and look at how this is gonna work and get used to it now, because this is your future. They will not back down. This is the big plan. So these guys don't have a chance. And they're, I'm selling my collection for $100. Well, you haven't got $100 worth of shit anyways, dude.
Oh, and you'll be back, just like everybody who said, if you go to the Marvel build, I'm quitting Star Wars. Bullshit. Every single one of those people still here. Nobody quit in November that had a decent collection. And they're all still there. They're all still there. They'll be there. You'll be there. We'll see it on the other side.
Yeah, and all the other changes that are going to come with it as well. And the thing they're not ready for is kiss your limited count shit goodbye, because they're going to go to the same model that we're seeing in Marvel, we're seeing in Disney, we're seeing in Star Wars, where they just slap a tier on it, and it may end up being low count because of the expense or the odds or whatever it is that happens to generate the cards, because we've seen some low count stuff recently. But there's never going to be, they're not going to say these, like, this set of SIGs has a gold edition capped at 75. It's not going to happen.
Exactly. They're going to go through all the same pains that we went through. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many cards are in Slam, but I would say a much smaller scale than what happened in Star Wars, but it's not going to make it any less painless for them, because their shit's going to be scrambled up. They're not going to be happy with where it is. Well, I mean,
if you look at their card sheet now, it's a fucking disaster anyways. It's all over the place with the different variants and stuff. So, they're not going to be able to, they won't even know where half the variants, because they put out a lot of base variants in Slam. They're not going to know where any of that stuff is. And, then they're going to scream and yell, oh, this should be an iconic, or this should be in legendary, or whatever the fucking tiers are called over there. But wow, they're going to hate it. And then bye to your avatars. Sorry. If they don't on day one just have an Alexa Bliss avatar for them all for free, they're all going to lose their minds, because every fucking idiot on there has got goddamn Bliss as their avatar. It's ridiculous.
Really?
I have Goldberg on mine. Mine's with Goldberg going, it's hilarious.
That's awesome. Well, they're gonna be hurting, and it's coming. So no matter how many hashtags they start, or torches and pitchforks be damned, it's still coming. It doesn't matter.
So they're stuck with that. So welcome to the party, Slam.
Yep.
And in Neon Mob, not a whole lot in terms of set drops, other than Monkey's set did drop on Thursday. Monkey Vein
Very
set,
cool.
Which is Line Fill Color Thrill. I've learned how to say it because it's really fun to say. And Line Fill Color Thrill. Line Fill Color Thrill.
Did he name it, or do they name it on Neon Mob, or did he name it himself?
I think he named it. Yeah,
cool.
he named the thing. And so it came out on Thursday, and we were all in there early, and I pulled a number one and sent it to him. I don't know. We had dreams of him getting the whole set in number one, but it was funny when I looked at the blind trade list to look for him to send him the number one. I found all the names were people from our list.
That's awesome.
Everybody from our Twitter group was in there pulling for him and stuff.
So cool. I did regret that I still don't have Neon Mob, and I really wish I had it just to help him out. But I knew that you guys all had his back, and I think that's awesome.
It was fun. So that was nice, and I had a really nice conversation with Joe Wallace on Wednesday, and that's up. So if you even have a passing interest in anything going on with Neon Mob, check that out. And I tweeted it out, and it's in their Neon Mobster group and stuff. Always fun to talk to him. He's just he's a live wire. Like I say, I just get him started, and hope I can get a word in sometime, because
his stuff's always really good.
Yeah, he's a super high energy guy. Like if I ever wanted to sell something, I'd go, Joe, can you sell this for me, please? He's really good like that.
Well, good stuff. Yeah, that's definitely good.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's always nice. I'm so grateful to him, because he's one of the early developers that we were able to get on and talk to. I think that helped us in our evolution in the show, and showing the developers that we're not sitting here with knives out to attack you and ambush you or gotcha you. We really just kind of want to get a face and a name and a voice to what's going on behind the scenes. I think that's good for everybody. It's good for the companies. It's good for the community. It's a lot harder to go at somebody if you've seen their face. You know what I mean? It's not some faceless, dumb name in a transmission. You can actually see what that person's like and get a sense of what they're about, and the honesty that comes through. It's great. So it's a real win, and I'm very grateful that he come to us and was willing to come on the show.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Previn does the same thing for tarot cards, and then of course the big get for Biggs doing the interview with Mark was also really, really good.
Biggs, he's cooking up something again. He's got another,
always up.
He's got something. He's got all this lockdown time, and he's been using it to really help the show and make a lot of really cool stuff. And he's got another pretty solid contact going. So it looks like maybe in the next week or so we'll have somebody else. And it's a very interesting side angle to the world of our apps, especially Star Wars. So hopefully that's going to come through, and I don't want to jinx it. But it looks like it's pretty solid and going to happen.
Nice.
Loving everything that Biggs brings to the table. He does such
special international
correspondence.
correspondence.
So good. Seriously, I like if I wanted somebody, if I had to have somebody interview my mom, I'd want him to do it because they'd have so much fun. She wouldn't, but I would. I really want Biggs to interview my mom. I want to see. I want that on video. I want to see that. That'd be great fun for me, not for her. I didn't like the accent. Actually, she loves New Zealand, and she actually has visited New Zealand because she's a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Oh, so really?
If I told her he was an extra in Lord of the Rings, he was a dead Rohirrim soldier.
She'll start stalking him.
Yeah, she may stalk Biggs. I don't know.
Next thing you know, she'll show up with Biggs on her T-shirts and stuff. So
that would be a lot. That would be a lot.
She would totally stalk him.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder if Biggs is on a trading card somewhere from that battle, laying there. Like there could be, like he collects gems. Like somebody could be collecting the.
Look at James Biggs.
Yeah.
I have to look around. Because I have
to find where
tons of
the
cards.
Lord of the Rings CCG is. Where I stashed those cards. They're somewhere in that room.
They're in there.
They're in
there. I know where they're at.
So there you go. We gotta find Biggs on
Biggs card.
Then we have to get it to him so it can be autographed, and then it can go on our wall of fame.
There you go.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, but I think he was on a horse in one shot, and then because it was the part where you were right when Theoden comes and slaps the swords. He was on a horse in that scene.
Because
he very cool.
And I remember things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What'd you do to your finger?
I had a snaggy.
Okay.
I hate those.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because it always seems to get caught on everything.
Yes, it kept getting caught on everything, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm just gonna band-aid this shit.
Done with this.
Done with this.
I'm cutting off my finger.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the news? Some lady got her finger shot off.
Shot off by what?
Shot off.
Is this in Jacksonville?
Yes, driving around Jacksonville on the west side, the best side. There was a car that was like weaving around. There was probably some kind of backstory there, but they shot at her car and shot through the windshield and shot her finger off her hand as she was holding the
Wow.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's funny, like you said, there's always a backstory because that doesn't just happen.
Right.
Right.
Somebody just randomly shooting at your car. I mean, this is Jacksonville and it is the west side over there, but still there's always
you read the news articles. It's always 3 a.m. They right after they left the club.
On the west side of Jacksonville, probably she didn't have a Trump bumper sticker.
Oh yeah, true, true.
So the sentence for that is death, because it's pretty
Yeah.
country out there.
Yeah.
It's like a shield. You got to put it on your truck.
It's like the
Have to have a
beware
truck.
dog tag, right?
Also have to have a truck. So the only other app that we talk about week to week is Tarot Cards. Tarot Cards Scream Queens 2 came out. The week 2 came out this week, and I can't remember who it is. She was the same one that was on their Halloween set from last year.
Yes, it was the girl who did Malovia or whatever.
Yes, Malvolia or something like that. And so there's a SIG, there's color SIG, there's color base, and then there's a canvas that everybody can get for what I now know is $50K.
As it is. And thanks for the help with the SIG yesterday. I was pulling my ass off in Pandora.
Falling out of packs for me, and I was actually hoping that I would get the new Plaguers, or I think I got one Plaguers letter. I bailed on the scenes on those, because as soon as Scream Queens came out, I was like, okay, this is what I'm pulling.
Yeah, and Plaguers has a ton of scenes. It's like, I think it's 20 scenes. They're doing like 4 scenes a week or a day, or a release or whatever for like 4 or 5 weeks. It's a lot.
Yeah. That's why the counts come in so low on those, because they're monstrous monstrous sets.
Yeah.
No pun intended for tarot cards. It's all monstrous here at tarot cards. Oh, what a monster. Okay.
So, there was that. What else was in tarot cards?
Where was that?
Oh, Book of the Dead. More Book of the Dead.
Yeah, those are the ones
that seems like an endless ass set.
Yeah, it's like, let me take an entire book and excerpt it as a card series. It goes on and on and on and on. And as soon as he finishes one, the guy's like, hey, good news, I just finished another book. And I'm like, fuck my life.
It was late last year when it first started, and I think I did like the first 3 or 4 chapters, and now it's rolled out again in 2020. I can't even. So I haven't been doing
Apparently there was one chapter that there was only one card. And he literally is like, oh, if you collected this other series, you get that card. That's the only card in that wave is one card. So that was kind of weird.
Yeah, interesting. I think that was it for tarot cards, though, right? Anything else?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they haven't, and you know, the black meld guys are still going. My Hoard is growing again. My Misties are getting up there again. I don't think I'll meld another one. I think I just want a Hoarder at this point. And I think I still need like one Radiant card to get my set back together again.
Check mine. I've got a ton of Radiance.
I did. when I was sending you the SIG and I was getting the letter off of you, I was looking to see if you had that one I needed, but I'm not stressing. They won't have awards for those till the end of the year.
Yeah, and I haven't stressed those either, because I've just been trying to amass my the Radiance so that I can meld the fires. I would like to put that set together. I really would. But I haven't started doing any of those melds yet. Luckily, it's only 3, so hopefully I'll be able to start burning through maybe after June. I would hope that I would have.
Yeah, you better get on that horse, because I mean, it got all the way up to May, and we had not. There was 2 of the melds that had never popped up, because it's literally random luck of the draw. But I do have some extras on fires as well.
I figured some people might be melding more than one.
And like anytime I have like more than, if I have 4. And it's like you say, it's only meld in 3. If I have 4 and it comes up, then I meld it, you know, just for the hell of it.
And everybody's there is really, really cool. So hopefully if I need to trade around, it'll work. We'll see.
Well, because the award stack, a lot of people like to stack, you know, they'll go, oh, you know, I'm keeping 4 of every one of these cards, and they're, you know, getting multiple awards and stuff. So that can make it kind of difficult. That's
true. I mean, that's a double-edged sword.
Literally just say, fuck it, I don't need an extra set, take it and just give it to you, you know? So.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, it's fantastic that you can get multiple awards in that app, but on the other hand, a lot of times people don't trade off as many dupes because they can get more awards that way.
Yeah, you'll see at the end of the year, everyone's saying, I'm trying to balance my stacks, you know, at 4. So any that I have more than 4, take 1, leave 1 that I have less than 4. Luckily, is the way that he's changed things in the app. It's a lot easier to see how many they have, how many they need, blah blah blah. You don't have to do all that back and forth like you used to. So.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
So that was it for tarot cards, and I guess that moves us into the magical world of Star Wars.
I'll be keeping it weekly, baby. I'll be keeping it weekly. I'll be keeping it weekly, baby. I'll be keeping it weekly.
And keeping it weekly, bro.
Well, I know I still like to play the song, and they still haven't done any. We still are waiting for some awards.
Yeah.
So-
I think Creature maybe and
Concept.
Concept and I think
That
Villains.
should. Yeah, we won't have a live pull this week, folks. Sorry to
Oh.
disappoint.
Sorry, I know people are tuning in for
I
that.
know you guys are
Right?
like, oh, please, they're gonna do a live pull today? Sorry.
Maybe they'll drop something else at 10.
That would be a surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Surprise. Oh, here's a
Surprise.
surprise. Check this out. So last week we all pulled Concept, right? We all pulled the blue, and we're all happy.
Oh my gosh, I already know where this story's going. Go ahead.
And then throughout the day, I bought all the rest of them that I needed via crystals. So I had 7, and then some shit happened with the kids, or I was doing whatever, and I totally forgot to meld them. So after the entire marathon, weekly, whatever, 12 weeks, I've been scrambling trying to figure out where I can get a red one and a gold one, but really, really total bummer. So I missed the Wave 3 red and I missed the Wave 3 gold, and if I don't come up with them in the next 24 hours, then I'm gonna miss those Macquarie awards.
The Lothcat was really upset about that.
Yeah.
Matt.
I heard
All of a
that.
sudden
I heard
started
that.
growling when you
Yeah,
started telling
opened
the
his
story.
eyes. He's really just
Wow.
did not have.
I
like
saw. I
that.
was just like, Matt, what are you doing?
I know. I don't know. Whatever. So maybe some kind soul out there that's not going for the overall will lend them to me for a little bit of something. But
I don't know. I have even no idea when the deadline is, or was supposed
tomorrow,
to.
it's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And the only reason I know is because I'm at risk of not getting it. Otherwise, I would not even know.
Yeah. Have you checked the bay?
I have. I've been looking at the bay. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Bummer. Oh well. If it.
And
Oh well, I would not be as sanguine as that. I assure you. I'd be really sick about it.
If that's the worst thing that happens, that's okay. Oh, Lothcat agrees.
Lothcat has some thoughts about that.
I'm going to tell you now that I don't think the Lothcat should be on the show again.
But he's the mascot.
No, okay.
mascot.
He's going to disappear.
No.
What happens with my kids' annoying toys? And they go to bed, and the next day, I don't know. They're
I
just
don't
gone.
know, man. That's crazy. Wow. We probably got gargoyles in the house, kids. They're taking it.
snatching them.
Well, in surprise, I have a hoard.
Here we
There's a
go.
hoard update. I have a
Dun, dun,
hoard now. Ha,
dun.
ha, ha, ha. I'm hoarding Veers. I was really hoping with the ESP, they had. We'll get to that whole thing, but they dropped some base. There's 16 new cards from Series 2, all with Empire Strikes Back themes, and I was really hoping for a DAC. But now I look at the card and the card design and realize there was nothing there that lent itself to that. There was never. I don't think there was ever gonna possibly be a DAC just because of the images that are available.
Yeah, because they're all the costume shots or whatever, and I've never seen a full body costume shot.
No, yeah, they're all, like you say, they're all cockpit shots. There's one where he's face on, and then there's a side view one, and they didn't get to either one of them. It wasn't going to work. So that they have
Surprisingly
Veers.
enough, there's a Tauntaun though.
What's that?
Surprisingly enough, there's a Tauntaun somehow in that style.
It's adorable.
It is so cute. Yeah, it looks
It's
like
so
a puppet.
cute.
He looks like a little puppet. He's funny, but at least it's like a Tauntaun alone. It doesn't have, because the S1 Tauntaun, it was more of a Han Solo card really than a Tauntaun. It's really a cool card. But Veers is one that I actually have liked all the way back to S1. And I actually have a monument with my name from S1 of Veers as well. Because back in those days, it's just kind of like, yeah, I like Veers. He doesn't flinch. We always had a joke whenever we watched Empire at the CCG tournaments, which was often. We'd be like, okay, get ready, because watch this, because there's a scene where he's bitching at Ozzel. He's bitching at Ozzel.
He's as clumsy as his.
It's not that part, but it's earlier on. He's saying something to Ozzel, and then he whips around at Veers and says, "Prepare your men for landing." And he's like this close to Veers's face, and Veers is just like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, watch me go fucking do that. All right, yeah, all right." Doesn't
Anything
flinch.
else?
I
Do you
mean,
need anything
anybody
else,
else? Dark Lord of the Sith wheels in on you. She's flinched. And I'm not even a Dark Lord of the Sith. She flinched a little. Not millimeter. He's just like,
Man has ice in his veins.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Watch me go fucking do that. So I started in on Veers and it's fun to be out and hoarding again. And I see what y'all are talking about. You just post a simple hoard trade and here they come with their dicks out for every other thing in the world. You know, it's just like, come on, man. Seriously. I'm just trying to do whites for whites, blues for blues. And they've got all these, you know.
Dude, I don't know where they're finding these people. I'm not even hoarding, like you said, but if you dare put your name out there on the trade feed, because I was balancing out some ESB stuff this week, and oh my god, dude, it's like walking up next to a bunch of people doing PCP on the corner, like they're just all cracked out, and they just come running at you with all this.
It's crazy the stuff they come up with, you know.
They send trades for shit you don't want. Like,
That you just don't want.
Because I was
garbage.
It's like, I was in one of the feeds, and I was like, because I'm still trying to finish some of those ESB ones, and you know, I was doing dupes for needs, and you know, mentioned that I'm also hoarding, which I have a new hoard. I'm hoarding the ESB Leia.
Nice.
Dun dun dun.
That's one of your favorite Leias.
Yes, it's always been my favorite Leia outfit. That was like my favorite action figure when I got it when I was a kid. I spent way too much time trying to do that hairdo until I realized she has extensions.
Yes.
And extra braids in there, so I cannot possibly do that.
Pin shit on there.
Cannot do that.
Magic
but
hair.
I tried a lot.
I think every little girl during those times was trying to do the Leia hair. I think
this was just
every kid was trying.
This is 2018.
Yeah. Especially before I cut my hair, because at one point my hair was like down, you know, like past my butt, and you know, I could do all kinds of stuff with it, but still that was not enough hair.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That's some long hair.
It was long. Yeah, it gets you know, impractical at that point.
Cumbersome.
Yeah, but
Says the man who has to clean out the shower drain.
But yeah, so I'm hoarding her, and you know, I just mentioned that in the post as like, oh, you know, dupes for needs on this set, but also hoarding ESB Leia. And somebody then comes after one of my dupe motions and is just giving me Leias.
No,
base Leias.
Like, come on, man.
I'm like, yeah, no.
So where are your numbers at? I got 177 whites.
I have 131.
Okay, I'm better on that. On blue,
I was working.
Okay,
yesterday.
Blue, still better. Blue, I have 74. Wow.
The thing is spinning.
You didn't search Leia and do it that way?
No, she was just up in my recent because I was just hoarding some.
All right, well, I'm going to assume I'm better. Moving on to red.
All right, hang on, bitch.
Oh, yeah, spinning wheel, bitch. She turns into Jessie on me all of a sudden. Breaking Bad. Every sentence ends with bitch. Or Scary Terry. You could be Scary Terry on
Scary Terry.
That was on Rick and Morty. You ever saw the one with Scary Terry? It's like Freddy Krueger, and he's chasing him, and he's like, "You can run, but you can't hide, bitch." And then he's like, "How do you know?" He says we can run, but we can't hide. But how do we know we can't hide? So they hide, and it works.
How many blue do you have?
74.
I have 51.
Okay, I'm still better. How about red? 43.
It's spinning again.
Why?
Because it sucks. That's why they don't app well.
Get ready, Sam, people.
I'm like right next to the router.
The show wouldn't be this long if their app was better, right?
Right? This show would be like 5 minutes long.
I think it probably would. Yeah, most people would be like, "Oh, it's over."
How many reds you got?
I have 43.
I have 43 reds as well.
What? We're on a 12. Oh, look. Now they're going to kiss.
Jeez.
Okay.
There you go.
And then I have 36 greens. Let me know when your wheel stops spinning. I don't know why your app is so slow. Mine's running great. Hey, you should try performance mode, Cha-Cha.
Oh, performance mode.
Performance mode.
Have you tried clearing the cache and restarting the app?
Yeah. I could tell you a story about that one.
How many greens?
I have 36.
I have 31.
Okay. And then on orange, the final. Oh, actually, we can go all the way up to purples and
I only
sky
have
blues.
one. I only have one purple.
Okay, and I have 16.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna like do a whole bunch of them because everybody's doing a whole bunch.
Oranges. Why do you have to tap it to see the number? Don't you have the little eyeball on? You don't.
What does the little eyeball do?
Okay, go back out. Oh boy. Wow.
How many do you have?
I have 16.
I have 11.
Okay, go back out and I'll show you something. Look. When it stops spinning. Tap that little eyeball and it'll turn white and it'll show you how many copies you have right on the card sheet. Amazing!
What? I was 10
You're
I was 10 years
holy
old.
shit! God, you gotta be kidding me!
She now retracts every bad thing she ever said about the app.
It was there, and then sometimes it would be gone, and I'm like, where are the numbers?
Yeah, the eyeball does that.
Have we mentioned how blonde I am?
She's so white and she's so blonde. All right, so moving on to tier 7, I have 5 Jakku Skies and I have 7 purples.
Very good.
I just have 1 of the purples and 2 Jakkus.
Yeah, I melded a bunch of extras on the other ones, and I've been kind of not the first 4. Everyone's like, "Oh, here, I'll give you a Veers for that."
He was a cheap Jakku anyway, so.
Yeah. Yes, he was. So I was.
He was in the group, wasn't he? He was in the group of random ones that you could get. He wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I have.
I tried to do all those.
I should see how many Veers Jakkus I have. Maybe I have more than you.
You might. I don't know.
That would be ironic.
So yeah, so that was our Hoard update. How are you doing, Matt? Did you have any?
Feeling left out, man. I feel left out that I don't have a Hoard update. Nothing. I got nothing.
No biker scouts on Empire Strikes Back. They should have had some bikers.
No, actually, you got to figure in a few years, like 4 years, when they do the 40th of Return of the Jedi, then I'll be high on the hog.
We still probably will see the rest of S2 very soon.
I would say, and there might be one in there, and then I'll be on the Hoard train again. But who knows?
Well, who knows if they're gonna bring it to you. So Blue. So that was the Hoard update. You have nothing. Crystal's still trying to find out if she's better than me on Veers. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make you give them to me.
I only have 1 Sky. Oh, that's right, because I think you might have taken some already.
Bitch. So yeah. So that was the Hoard update. Dun 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 dun.
Done.
And now we move into ongoing sets. The solo illustrated series 2 wave 2 continues. And I swear to God, Biggs is either pulling every day or every time the transmissions are out, he's out there still getting. He's trying to get, I think, 50 of each of those purple.
His droid army.
His droid army.
He's working on it.
Droid army.
He's doing a good job.
Yes.
He's very close.
I think.
Close to 40, I think, on most of them.
Thanks,
Upper 30s on all of them, I think. So
nice.
He'll do it. He won't stop. He's just relentless.
Can't stop.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Won't stop.
I don't know what that's from.
I don't know.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Yeah, we had new stuff.
Yes.
What, a lot of stuff.
Weird stuff.
A lot of weird stuff. The Macquarie sketchbook.
Dude, I woke up from my nap and I see Macquarie something on my phone. Oh shit! Oh God! I'm on. I'm like, oh, there was no rush. Holy shit!
Rush.
No.
They're great looking cards, but goddamn, they're just absolute.
So many
trash.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because they're wonderful cards. I love Macquarie, and like you, I think I was taking a nap, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to get more crystals." No. There's no rush on this. No.
Nope.
And it's so many. I'm 49 cards, and then
no.
No, Macquarie was big. I was like,
it wasn't 49.
Oh no, that wasn't the. That was the sketchbook.
Okay.
Not the sketchbook. The
that's the
Stellar. That's the Neller.
Stellar
there was a lot of the
Stellar
Macquarie sketchbook, though. I mean,
yeah, there was. There might have been a dozen, I think, in the Macquarie sketchbook. Maybe.
Well, and then they have all those crazy missions.
They had missions, and then they had the melds for avatars. I had to get the Vader, just because that profile Vader is so cool. So
it's a cool avatar, and then they had all the other ones like that you had, but you had to mulch your cards to get them.
I thought that I was mulching for cards when I bought so many because I was just like fucking torqued, I was like, oh shit, Macquarie. Ooh, look at that Vader card. That's amazing. I got to get that. So I'm pulling the shit out of it and then I realized, oh wait, those are avatars. So,
yeah, that's all you get was an avatar. There was nothing else.
I already had so many. I said, fuck it. And I melded it.
Yep.
And then I went back to playing Skyrim.
Yeah. Funny. True. And then the big set was the Stellar Signature, 49 cards.
Yeah, they're not done with. There's more of those. because apparently that this is okay. This is a port from physical, and the Stellar Signature set was that bonkers set.
Big ass box.
That was a bonker set where you basically, was it $10,000?
It was yeah, $10,000 a box.
Yeah, you got a box, and it had all the signatures. It had just an army of signatures, and then every single one had an individual sketch card. There were only sold 100 of these things, so everyone had an individual box loader basically of a sketch card, and they obviously got the digital rights to all these sketches, so they're all by the same artist, so unified art style, and we will see a wave 2 of those tomorrow. Probably.
Oh,
That's when
God.
did they come out on Sunday?
Was it Sunday or was it Saturday?
I can't remember.
You know, I think it was Sunday because I think the Macquarie was
Saturday.
the 2 o'clock Saturday. So I think
Macquarie was Saturday, and I just checked that there were 18 in the Macquarie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
still a lot.
There will be more Stellar Signature coming, and then they had all the variants. They had the black, which sits in Epic, and are still pretty low count. They're in the 100-ish,
100 or so, yeah.
Count right now, and that they're not really moving. After a certain point, people stop pulling for them, and then then it was orange, then it was red. Then it was, some people are calling white, other people just call base. There are awards on those. Then there's dual signatures as well. There's 4 dual signatures in all those variants with no award. It's a lot. It's a lot to fucking put together. The sketch cards are absolutely gorgeous. But again, just garbage because the counts are so high count.
Astronomical counts. And I just checked on wave 1, and it says they sell out on May 31st. So we've got another week probably before we see wave 2. Wow. I can expect that we'll see, since it's been 2 weeks and we got awards on Connections, I can expect that we'll probably see Connections wave 2 today or tomorrow. I can't remember if that dropped on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Well, I can't. I can't wait to see what. Hopefully, there is another joke card like Sand, Luke and Sand.
They should do Anakin and Sand.
I don't know how you're
really
gonna top that. Oh, that would piss him off. Make him look like
so mad.
The "I hate you" look. But it's so Sand on the other side.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah. So that all happened.
And then speaking of that all happened. You know, we needed more variants, so we had to have bronze. But it's not just bronze. It's Hut bronze.
The Huts are gangsters.
The Huts are gangsters.
Yeah.
You can't take a Royal Highness there. The Huts are gangsters.
OGs, man. You can't go there, man. They're OGs, man.
The Huts are gangsters.
So that happened.
They're bronze, apparently.
3 ways. Well, it's weird because, again, in the past times, we have had count limited variants on those, and they were always too fucking high to begin with. So it's odd that, you know, we bitched about how high count they were. They always ended up in combo packs, and those were the things you pulled when you were trying to get something good. So now they don't count limit them. They just, according to demand, and they're higher count.
It's unbelievable. I don't get it at all. I mean, it's because they're free, because you can get them with crystals now. I mean, coins.
With credits.
Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe you could get them with coins before, but I doubt it.
But they were always trash anyway, so, you know, then so there's 3 waves. Did they have a award for each wave?
Yeah.
They did, because Dan got his Hera was wave 2.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn was wave 1, and I forget who wave 3 is. I don't know.
I think it's Jin.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, it is Jin, because she was in the middle of the image. I bought like 1 pack, and I was like, oh, I'll try to trade these for Veer's bronze, and I realized, oh wait, it doesn't exist, and it won't for like 6 months. I'm an idiot. So yeah, I guess I'll probably have to trade this.
They haven't done 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of.
Nope. They're not going to.
I really
don't think they're going to.
No chance it's coming.
I really do not think that. I think rainbows are going to end at 50 for this entire series, which sucks. Other than monuments, monuments will. And I mean, if they don't do something really major with the requirements, those won't be shit. Those will be high count. Those will be over.
It'll be two dozen a piece.
Right, over 20 on every one.
Yeah.
So this base is so common. We talk about inserts being so common. Holy shit.
But the base, well, yeah, because the base has fallen out with all the inserts that people are buying. So people are buying inserts and all
Plus
the space.
plain packs and lock on. Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
lock
baby.
Oh
on.
man, you gotta get the
Lock
lock
And
on.
that cargo drop, which is just a safety hazard. That big box just clanking on the ground.
It's dangerous to lock.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
I don't think, like you said, we won't see anything lower. I don't see it happen. They're not going to go low count. They want everybody to get everything.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. And then they did, and I guess in celebration of Empire Strikes Back, they did a fractured set. No DAC, so I hate it.
Maybe wave 2.
Maybe
It's
wave
coming.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, there you
If
go.
they do, then I can hoard the bronze, I
go.
guess, on that. If they do that.
I can check to see if wave
I
2
think they had a
can be.
Veers in that, didn't
I
they?
don't think today. Was it 2 weeks or 1 week on A New Hope?
I don't know. Somebody would have thrown it at me by now for, vintage Han. Please counter.
Pleasey.
Pleasey, it's my birthday and I've been looking for this card forever.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
So speaking of Empire, it was the 40th celebration of Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, cool. Hey,
Cool.
it's a party.
Let's have a watch party.
Okay, here's the party. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
I don't see how
I don't
that's-
see how that's a party.
How that's a party.
That was the party.
That was not a party.
that was the
Wow.
party. So
Yeah. And like months ago when they were talking of, this new build and everything, and they were like, oh, we're going to focus on the social aspects more, which, obviously that's what they were thinking, is it be a place where people would hang out and chat and be able to have watch parties. You gotta have the servers to back that shit up, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you can't concentrate on the
No.
conversation or any of that when you're futilely trying to open the packs that were supposed to be dropping every 4 minutes and weren't.
Oh.
And then you couldn't open the fucking things. It kept telling you product not available or spinning wheel forever. And it just
Out of
completely,
the app so many times,
yeah, it was bad. And they had nice little sets in those packs that if you were able to pull every single one in succession at the end, that you'd have the concept set, you would have the did you know set, and and then they also were coming with the ESP base.
yeah, you would have had a good head start on the 40th anniversary set, which would have been really nice.
'cause those were really nice looking too.
They're
They had very
beautiful.
similar
They're all
styles to
really
those.
nice.
Really great looking cards all the way around. And a huge monstrous set, 92 cards.
92.
Together.
On that
It's a
shit.
fucking monster. It's
an
huge.
awesome set. It's a really nice set and
It's
cheap.
really a
affordable,
cheap-
and there's
it
a
really-
zillion copies of every card.
If the app
was-
if the app had worked, it would have been a really
was not
fun
good.
thing. Really fun thing.
And they remember when they had that little schedule of like when all the drops were gonna happen.
Yeah, and we were like,
and it was like, gonna be like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
It's like really they got through like one.
Yeah, the first one, and then it was like 19 minutes before Pack 2 dropped, and they kept getting long, and then they all of a sudden were bam, 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 bam.
And then
And
they
that
would
made it
stack
worse.
up, and it would be
Yeah.
like you're opening it, and then you'd open it, and then you got the spinny wheel, and then it tell you pack not available. And you're like, shit, did I miss it?
Yeah, it was.
My dumb ass. I went and set alarms on my phone for all the drops. So in addition to getting all pissed off trying to open packs and the
Oh
things,
my god!
I got all
Oh
these
my
alarms
god,
going
that's
off.
so
Like, what the-
funny. You actually thought that was gonna work.
Yeah.
Oh.
So good.
It was like
It's
every
cute,
couple of minutes you were having an alarm reminder of their failure.
I had alarms going off for packs that I was like 3 packs behind. I'm like, this motherfucker. I was so pissed.
The OCD is kicking hard. Oh god, it's all wrong. It's
Ding!
not-
Oh, tops.
yeah, tops. It was
Yeah.
bad. And then there was just layers of flavor of fuck up around this entire thing. For some reason, they decided to cross the streams and bring in an entirely different intellectual property, multiple intellectual property crossover with Sean Astin was supposed to be in this thing.
Yeah. I didn't see him. I wasn't in the chat
Never
feed.
saw
I don't know if
him.
he was
He's
posted. I have no
apparently
idea.
friends with Mark.
Yeah.
And so he had that connection. He's like, hey, do you want to come do this thing? And he's probably like, fuck, I'm in lockdown. I'm not doing anything. Why not? So nobody ever saw him. We look
Nope.
at his stack. It literally looks like he opened like one bag.
Yeah,
And then he
it
was
was
like,
the free
yeah,
pack.
I'm friends with you and shit, but I got Jiffy Pop here that I could probably get more fun out of right now. I'm gonna go watch the Jiffy Pop in the microwave.
Yeah, I couldn't even get into the chat thing. If you tried to load the comments, they didn't load for me. I
Yeah, I
couldn't
would
load
come
the
in
comments.
blank slate. I was in there for a little while at first because I was there for the DAC stuff, and so like I had jokes on deck and I pre-filled, and then as soon as it happened in the movie, I would drop my gag, and just DAC, no, and then when Luke jumps out and reaches back in, clearly just to get his lightsaber, he wasn't going to try to save Dak. And I was like, you can give him CPR. You can give him CPR. And then he gets smushed. No, I got that in again. And but most of it was just an absolute train wreck. And really the transmission, anybody who could get in was just people bitching about the fact that nothing worked.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't see. All I could do was just try to get it to load, try to open my packs. And like you said, they would stack up and then they wouldn't appear for a long time. I feel lucky that I got them all, and I got them all, in order. And by 10 or 15 minutes after the movie was done, I had the whole set of everything. But I know there were people who didn't, they were trying hard and they didn't get all of them, or they were missing packs, or who knows what. So
well, yeah, and there were people who were like one card would be missing from the pack. And then there was sync issues. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
I opened some of the commemoratives before the whole thing started. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of playing around with that. And then this thing started and I pulled all the way through and I was able to open all my packs. I never saw a single one of those cards in my recently acquired.
Same here. Exact same thing happened here.
I didn't see them till the next day because after it was all over with, then what did they drop after? That there was something that's when they dropped the transmission set.
That's when you could get the static or the motion or the signature.
Yeah, those came out after that, and they had the static, they had the motions, and then they had the signatures. And those were pretty hot shit. And I threw a bunch of crystals at those because I was trying to get a SIG, didn't get a SIG. And then the whole thing just went down. The whole thing was done, over with. History, server crash, here we come. And it killed everybody again. It took them all out.
It survived the entire movie. It went through the whole movie. It limped across the finish line and then just collapsed. And it brought all the other apps down with it.
Everybody in Bunt was like, "What did we do? We didn't do anything wrong." The people in Disney are like, Tinkerbell, help, Tinkerbell.
Clap your hands.
Clap your hands. Clap your hands, everyone. It'll come back.
And then yesterday when they put up their little the PM messages and stuff, the one in Disney was like, "Oh, well, you may have noticed that we had just an unforeseen server issue." It's like, you could just say it was because of Star Wars.
Blame it on Star Wars. Go ahead.
Like, you could actually say what it is or what happened, but they're just like, "No, it's just something that happened. We don't know."
Just random happenstance.
How was it really unforeseen? They had to have known it was.
It was foreseen. It was foreseen by all of us.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm sad that we were right. I really had hoped that it would have gone better, that it would have gone well, and because I really, really enjoyed watching Empire Strikes Back. I mean, we had a blast.
Yeah.
We pressed play at 5:00 and we were right there and we're watching it, and it's a great movie and we loved it. And we have a million jokes we already just tell all the time, and little observances and things. And there's things that are still fucked up in that movie, even though they're to the umpteenth version on Disney Plus. There's still things that are wrong in that movie that they haven't fixed. It's hilarious, and so we just enjoyed watching the movie and kind of like, it's still not working. Which pack do you have? Oh fuck, I'm still back on number 7 and she's already on 12, and it was a circus.
It could have been a lot of fun. I want the app to be successful. I want them to do events like this. I want it to run seamless. I want it to be fun and perfect. And unfortunately it wasn't, but yeah, I'm still gonna be
understand why they can't
pull and pull for them to get it to work. I don't know.
They just cannot fix it. And it's, every time one of these things happens, it's like, oh, we're gonna check out what's going on with the server team. I don't think there is a server team. Either that or it's just Jim back like hitting keys on the keyboard.
You haven't heard anything from Lowe.
Oh.
Yeah, where's Lowe?
He's laying low, I told you.
Lowe stands for laid off.
Oh,
that's the title of this
Egon.
We have a show title, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
Oh,
I
man.
think the show title should be Error Crash.
No, low stands for laid off. That's it, man.
It's not getting better because we continue to have these big events, just
Well,
like vintage and other things. And
I was actually surprised that they were
It
able to
always
make it
craps
through
the
the.
bed.
I was surprised they made it all the way through the movie. And as
I-
bad as
I
it was, they
guess
didn't go
that's
into
an
maintenance.
improvement.
I
I
think
guess.
a month ago they wouldn't even made it to
Act two.
through the crawl.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I couldn't believe we did get through the whole movie, and then, like I said, I got a full set and limped across the finish line, and that was the end. Because I don't know that somehow it kept up through the whole movie, but then after that,
So then when it came, I don't know when it came up, but apparently they'd said we're just going to keep those transmission packs out of the store for a bit.
yeah,
So-
I don't know. I was dead asleep.
Yeah, me too. I went to bed and the next morning I go to the transmission for it, and it's literally just an army of people going, "Where's the packs? Where's the packs?
Where's the packs?"
Oh, that's an original thought. Where's the packs? I wish somebody would ask where the packs are,
Where are the
because
packs?
it's been like 5 minutes before anybody has asked, where's the packs? So
These folks are creative.
it was a lot. So, but they did put them back up the next morning, and then they started moving around. And then one of our friend Forrest actually pulled the Veer Sig. That was the only one I wanted, and so I backed the truck up and got the Veer Sig off of him.
That's cool. Great. That's good. I only wanted the Bullock Sig, and of course, I
But
didn't.
you always know you sent a good trade when he holds up one card and goes, "I would have traded you just for this one card." And I'm like, "I sent all those other ones too." God damn. But I wanted my Veers and just get it over with. And it was
Yep,
also,
just beat me with it.
I didn't realize that he liked Aura Singh, so I had a few tasty
I didn't
Aura
know
Singh
that.
morsels for him there.
Very cool. I did not know that. Oh, very good stuff.
So that
So,
was
let's
pretty
see.
much the disaster that was the watch party.
Oh, did you notice in the concept art, there's a Return of the Jedi concept art?
Yes, and that's it's fun.
Yes.
They went out of their way to fucking fuck that up too, because that image was the special in the LE space paintings. There was one space painting that had never been released, and they released
Correct.
it in LE. And there's only 6 of that image on space paintings, and they're all in the LEs. There's a gold, 2 silvers, and 3
Yes.
bronze, and that's
But it doesn't exist in the regular set, correct?
right. So they've reached back into the archives from the wrong fucking movie and put that on a concept card for that. So good job, guys.
Which, speaking of wrong movie, the Sean Astin, I still don't get it. The little thing with him in the Ewok outfit. Why? What?
How did they
No.
get that approved?
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't understand. Like we've heard for years, like, oh, we have to go through all this stuff with even a base variant. It's very difficult and stuff. Well, how the fuck did you get that done?
Yeah. To
It is-
celebrate something that's not that movie.
And like, did you have political capital that you spent on that? Like, don't ask me for any more fucking favors, Mark, because this is it. This is your
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, we're
We're
probably never going to get a fucking Ben Solo base card now because we had to have freaking Sean Astin as an Ewok with glasses. With glasses.
You couldn't take the glasses off? What the hell?
I mean, come on. He would not have survived to an adulthood as an Ewok with glasses.
Nearsighted.
No.
I just thought we have a storybook in the making. Yeah. Nasty.
It wasn't in the set, though, right? It was just the Twitter promo.
Yeah, it was just the promo, but still, that just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
There is nothing an Ewok
It's Asti,
has
the,
to do
Asti, the
with the
nearsighted
Empire
Ewok.
Strikes Back.
Oh, Asti.
I mean, put him in a freaking Tauntaun suit or something. Put him in a Wampa outfit. But an Ewok?
Yeah, it doesn't even jive, does it?
No! No! It really bothers me.
I can tell.
It
Yeah,
does.
you're turning red.
I'm turning red.
It's just the camera. Don't worry.
Just as white as ever.
Just
So
no.
white.
No Ewoks.
Yeah, there's no Ewoks there. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, it does not.
Hmm.
I
At
look forward-
all.
I look forward to the Return of the Jedi one when they have some Jawas or something. That'll be good.
It was there was a lot of stretch going on there. So, but long story short, we watched Empire Strikes Back, and that was fun. I love Empire Strikes Back. So I was trying to accentuate the positive. Give me a reason to watch Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll watch it. That's
always.
But the app was trash. It was hot trash. It was bad.
I was trying to find a damn Ewok in that movie. I didn't find any Ewoks in that movie.
See any.
I didn't see any.
Well, you wouldn't have seen Sean Astin because did you know he was 6 inches too tall?
Wow.
That's true.
It was on the Did You Know?
Wow, really?
Yeah, that was the Did You Know that he actually
why,
auditioned. He auditioned to be an Ewok, but he was too tall.
Okay.
It's probably the only time in his life he was too tall for something. He's not big. He's not that big. That's why they made him a Hobbit. Didn't they have like a maximum height for the Hobbit guys?
Probably.
No, because I think they CG'd all that, most of it, right? Didn't they?
They're the doubles and whatnot.
I don't know about that. I don't think you
they're,
could have
they're
said.
all kind of wee.
Yeah, no, they're all kind of small guys.
Elijah Wood is wee.
I think a lot of actors are in general pretty small people.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's big ones.
There's some big ones.
Big ones.
Viggo Mortensen's got to be 6+ feet.
Not that he's not that tall.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like 5'11".
No, I think he might be 6 feet, but he's not like towering or anything. But the hobbits, they're little guys.
Well, they wouldn't have cast him as a hobbit.
No.
Longshanks.
No.
His shanks are too long. Couldn't put him in that.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow. What are we talking about? What do you think a shank is?
I don't know.
Holy shit! What do you think a shank is? I got questions.
I don't know.
Okay, so moving on to our new. You guess what I did?
Oh, we got an app update too. By the way, they changed.
What's going on?
No, not right now. But they changed the icon and then the background.
Oh yeah, that was late. Yeah, they dropped an update that had
after the watch party.
After the watch party, they had an update that changed the background to. It's a cool back. I mean,
it is a cool background. I like it. It's not bad. Yeah. So, but otherwise, I didn't notice nothing changed. Otherwise, like no.
Nope. I mean, you still get the spinny wheel thing.
Yeah, that's still there.
When you try and claim awards, it's still claim the award spinny thing. Crash.
Yep,
have to go out of the app. Open. Swipe it, close. Get back in there. Try and claim another one. Spinny wheel. So there's still that feature available.
That's true. Yeah, that's still there. That's good.
And they did not.
I feel hollow without it.
10 a.m.
No, they did not.
No 10 a.m. drop.
They're probably they're sleeping in. They're still tired from that watch party.
Oh, I mean, it was such a party.
I don't think that's a party. So, So what else did you do this week, Greg?
Oh,
what did you do?
What I've been threatening to do. I made a theme song for What You Watching.
Tell me what you're watching on your TV tonight. Tell me what you're streaming on your iPad. Tell me what you're watching every day and at night. I'll be outside watching from the bushes.
Olé! There you go. That was it. That was it. So
I like it.
I did that.
I think it's good.
It was one of those things like when I heard that song, it all just boom, it just popped in my head. Like I may have stolen it from somebody somewhere. I don't even know.
You're gonna get a cease and desist.
Probably. Yeah. Well, I stole the music for sure. I mean, thank you to the YouTube royalty-free library of music.
There you go.
That tasty cut. But I was looking for all these things, and I was just waiting for something to click. And as soon as I heard that one, that just happened. So
you're welcome, people.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Welcome to my world.
I got a lot of time. So guys, if you need a jingle or a song written for anything and you got, some advertising dollars you want to throw my way, I'll put it together for you. And you could have something just as good as the new What You Watching song.
But why would you be waiting in the bushes?
What's that?
Why?
Huh? I just thought it was a funny comedic turn that, I'm asking you all this stuff about what you're streaming because I'll be watching from outside in the
Yeah,
bushes.
in the bushes, looking in the window.
It's just, it's like, oh, he's this creeper. He's looking in my windows at night. That's where I was going with that whole thing.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, I could have gone further with it. I figured I'd stop while I was ahead.
Pretty good.
Wow.
I'll be outside watching from the bushes.
I'm not watching much at all. I told you last week I was watching Community. Watched a few more episodes of Community. It's really, really good. Like you said,
Yeah.
It is. It's so funny. It's genius.
It's a shame it's taken me so long to get to it. It's great.
Yeah. Dan Harmon is a riot. Now he's the guy that's behind Rick and Morty as well.
Ah, there you go. Now it makes sense.
It's in the DNA there of Dan Harmon. Very funny guy, and he gets a lot of really, really good writers.
Very nice. But otherwise, not much else. What are you guys watching?
Well, I watched watched a really interesting thing about called Making Apes, because I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan because I'm super old, and that was like the first monster sci-fi multi-movie saga type thing. And so it was all about the makeup artists that developed and then worked on all the Planet of the Apes movies into the TV shows. And it was a really interesting thing. So I like that. And then I started watching a thing I haven't finished yet called
Are you going to finish it?
yeah, the Beaver Trilogy Part 4. Which
I saw a movie like that once. Oh wait, no. It's not.
well, yeah, that's what caught my eye, and I was disappointed at first, but then it hooked me.
Yeah, because I saw that in like the little,
Watch next.
Up next thing, and I'm like,
What the fuck is he watching now?
Beaver
In front of my daughter, I don't want her to ever see a human beaver.
How much is this costing?
But no, it's about this guy. It's one of these weird stories that it's so obscure and so bizarre that you're surprised it even has any life to it at all, considering you never heard anything about it. And apparently, it was this thing. It's like this cult thing. So this guy, he's working at like a public access show back like in the 80s, and he would film segments. They had like this magazine type show, and it was really popular in Utah. It's in Utah. So
Hold on, wait, before you go further, is it a documentary? Is it
a documentary?
Okay,
Yes. He's basically documenting this whole thing that happened. So this guy, he works at this station, and he doesn't even really work there. He's like a freelancer guy, but he's into making video, and he wants to be a filmmaker and stuff like that. And so he's playing around. They just got their first video camera, and so he's filming outside, like in the parking lot, and next to their parking lot was a news station, and they had a helicopter, and there's this crazy guy taking pictures of the helicopter. So he starts talking to the guy, and this guy is such a character, and he starts talking to him, and he's like, hey, I do impressions. You want to hear some of my impressions? And he does a couple of impressions, and this really goofy guy, and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to leave. And he goes to his car, and follows him to his car, and he's got engraved stuff on all of his windows about Olivia Newton-John and Farrah Fawcett Majors. And it's just, this guy is just weird. He's so crazy. And then like he gets in to start his car, and he goes, oh, wait a minute. I gotta do it this way. He goes and opens the hood, hot wires his own car to start it, and then drives away. And so he's like, I gotta get more. I gotta find out about this guy. And so he runs him down and starts kind of like doing this documentary about him. And this guy goes back to his hometown of Beaver, Utah, and he's going to do a talent show. And so he does this talent show where he dresses up as Olivia Newton-John and lip syncs a song. Actually, I think he sings the song. It's totally bizarre.
Whoa.
So he gets all this stuff put together, and then it's just kind of like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. So he decides that he wants to remake it. He wants to make something out of all this stuff, the framework of what he had, because it didn't really work. And so he went and he wrote a script, and he hired actors. And so he hires a guy to play this weird guy, this guy named Dick. And the first actor he hired was Sean Penn.
Really?
So he films the whole thing with Sean Penn, and he gets it all put together, and it doesn't quite work. He doesn't quite get anywhere with it. And so he says, okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try this again. And so he goes and he hires another actor and he punches up his script and he goes in and he films it again. This time the actor he hired is Crispin Glover.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just random. He keeps getting these young actors that haven't done anything. Before they've done anything, he gets them to do this weird thing. Now, Crispin Glover is really well known for this deal where he was on the Letterman show. And you may have seen clips of him. He comes in and he's got really long hair and he's got these big clog shoes on and stuff like that. And he's acting really weird because he's a totally method kind of actor. And he throws a kick at David Letterman with these big shoes on, and David Letterman's like, I'm out. And he was like banned from the show. That was another movie that he made with the same guy that made this Beaver trilogy. And so the trilogy is the 3 different acts, the real guy, and then these 2 actors all kind of playing against each other, the same scene again and again and again. And then so the documentary is about that whole history and then trying to actually find the original guy, which he actually did. And I haven't got to the end of the thing, but he actually finds this original weird guy, and like the whole thing like kind of ruined his life. So that's always fun.
It's pretty crazy.
So that's what I've been watching. I watched the last couple of days. I'll probably finish it today, the Beaver trilogy.
Will you finish it?
I might
And get it out of what's up next?
I might play Skyrim.
Dude, like when I go on the Apple TV, there's like usually at least 5 or 6 things that pop up first where he's like watched
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I've got some time. I'll put a show on.
I start watching stuff and then the light goes out of my eyes and I start playing Skyrim again.
My gosh. And usually I give it like a couple days, and then if the shit's still there, I just take it out of there.
What?
Yeah.
You cost me I don't know how many hours of watching enjoyment.
You don't even know it's gone.
I know, I don't.
You just even know it's gone from up next.
I'll find it again.
You'll find it again and watch maybe 7 minutes.
Dude, I want to see the rest of this Beaver thing, so don't get rid of it, please.
She's doing to you what I do to my 1-year-old, is just make the shit disappear, and then he doesn't know.
Take the batteries out, cut the wires.
Wow. Yeah. Well, okay. You finished that.
I did.
Yeah.
I will.
So, what am I watching? Because I watch all the shows. Of course, I'm still watching my Run and Killing Eve. Fantastic. I finished The Great on Hulu, which was the Catherine the Great thing, which is really not historically
accurate. Did you watch the new gallery?
Yes, I watched the new gallery. It was fantastic.
That
It was all about the technology.
What did they call that thing that they shoot in?
The
volume.
That's
so fucking
so
cool.
crazy. I mean, when I learned that they didn't actually do that stuff like outside somewhere, like I figured they were like out in the desert somewhere in like California.
Well, even in
Crazy.
that, there's I thought it was just like a big LCD screen, and it was just
like
a static image on the LCD, and it would give them the lighting thing. But it actually moves with the camera in parallax,
Crazy.
so that it's adding more dimension to stuff. Even though the view stops at 30 feet out, it goes longer than that because they're using this epic game engine and stuff like that. It's crazy technology, so
it's
fucking
amazing.
cool.
And then like how they were talking about like, sometimes they would just like change, what was in the upper background and up top. But if they weren't shooting and showing anything on the ground, they wouldn't change what was going on the ground. So it would be like they would just leave the previous scene stuff there because
Just
they
shoot over it.
Yeah, and just shoot over it because you wouldn't see it at all.
Right.
And then it was cool because like how they were talking about how like, if they're doing that and then, they go and they look at the footage and they realize they're missing something and they need something more, they can just go in there and boom, get it right back to where they had it and get that extra thing they need. It was amazing. I love that.
The one thing that I picked up on that I was really interested in, and I saw Jon Favreau also looking admiringly at Filoni because Filoni was doing a lot of pickup shots for all the directors. And I'm sure Filoni realizes, and I know Favreau realizes, that so many great directors got their chops and learned so many skills from doing those second unit shots because it's dirty work. It's the dirty work that we need an insert of this guy holding a pen and pushing the button. and stuff like that. But the fact that he's willing to get in there and do that grunt work and learn stuff that way speaks volumes about what I think is going to happen with him as a director. He's going to end up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, guys like James Cameron, that's how they started out with Second Unit. They were doing these little pickup shots that to film. Oh, we needed this shot. We need this shot. Fuck yeah, I'll go do that, Mr. Corman. And that's where they are now. So I think it's really cool that not only did he get an opportunity to direct live action, but he's also taking advantage of the opportunity to do that Second Unit work and stuff like that. It's really cool. He's a smart.
And you guys have been watching the other Mandalorian, like the behind the scenes stuff. Those are
they're amazing. Really good stuff.
Oh my God.
I really like I guess it was the one last week they had with the cast.
Yeah.
And it was just,
it's fun.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah,
it's a really neat little thing they put together. I mean, every single one of them have been very, very interesting and just, so awesome. So yeah, of course we're watching that. And I have a new show because I always need new shows.
I didn't know Adam Driver had a new show.
No,
I was asking who was in it. Damn it.
Sad. No, but we started watching Snowpiercer.
Oh yeah, that's
Snowpiercer started, and
were you telling me about that? Was that last week? Did you mention that last week?
Yeah, that it was coming.
That it was coming. We just started watching.
Just started.
I heard about this somewhere.
She was all up in our grill about you got to watch this. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. And me and Zoe were like, okay, finally, we watched it. Yes, we did it. We watched it. So it's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
And it had a twist already.
Ooh.
Because
don't ruin it.
I'm not gonna ruin it because like there's a movie out there.
Soylent Green is people.
Nah, wrong movie.
It's people.
Wrong movie. But it already exists out there, so you can go watch the movie, which is awesome. Chris Evans and whatnot.
It seems like the movie takes place a lot later. This is an earlier days of Snowpiercer. It feels like
maybe
because they've been on. It's only 5 years out. They're only 5 years out from when they first took off.
Maybe.
So it's much earlier days. So we may see some formation of things, laying track of things that paid off in the movie.
No, because the twist, it's already different. It wouldn't end up the same way as the movie because it's already different.
Or is it?
Is there another twist? I don't know. We'll find out.
Time will tell.
Yeah, for the audio only listening people, you just miss Greg staring off and trying to look dramatic.
The creepy and dramatic, yeah.
Creepy and dramatic.
Little something extra for YouTube, folks.
That's just his
like and subscribe, okay?
The audio people miss we have to explain that to the audio people that the scene from Avengers and the maintenance mode and the thing.
Right, yeah, you're missing a lot of visual cues and idiocy. And you don't get to see how white Crystal is if you're not watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Not to mention my dashing good looks and
and the piercing looks I get to my right here. There's one now. I can sense it.
So you feel it. You feel it burning the side of your head.
Yeah, got a big burn on the side of my head. So is that all the shows that you watched? Is that enough? Jesus Christ! How many more shows can you watch?
Well, there's more shows fixing to start.
Why?
I don't because the summer season, which everything is meaningless now. Time is meaningless, in the void of quarantine or whatever. But no, everything's opening up. But I guess it still applies because things are behind. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming back.
Really? I forgot that was even still on.
I think it comes back this week for its final
I haven't watched it forever.
I haven't watched it.
I watched it the Deathlock season, and I was so mad at Deathlock.
It got very hard to watch.
I was really mad about Deathlock, and I haven't forgiven him for that yet.
It got very strange and very difficult.
I watch him plug Man-Thing in there somewhere in the middle of the season. Oh, there's something going on in Citrusville, Florida. We better get down there. I'm like, you fucking assholes. I got to watch this shit again.
So,
you'd have to catch up on everything you didn't watch.
No, I don't. No,
he won't.
No.
I just have to explain it to
I'll put him in up next.
Yeah, there'll be a bunch of episodes with 5 minutes watched and up next.
Yeah, okay. I'm caught up. I'll watch the synopsis the little previously on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then turn
there you go. Let's just watch those. Watch a shitload of those and then be done.
No, so that's coming back, and what else is coming back?
Nothing. That was it. That was the only show. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Like and subscribe.
I'm sending free cards to anybody who follows me.
I found Dark is coming back.
Who?
Dark, that German show on Netflix.
Oh, remember that one?
Oh man, it's amazing.
I don't think
it was
I
with
watched
the
that
time
one.
travel.
I didn't watch that. I watched that Thor one.
This was even weirder. Yeah, you watched it.
Did I?
Yeah, it was the one with the time travel, and there's this place in Germany, and it was close to Chernobyl, and there was this weird
didn't
time
watch
travel stuff. You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
Hey, I should start watching that. How many episodes of that do I got to get it up next?
no, there aren't that many.
No.
It was
I like that Thor show. That was cool.
well. This is even better than the Thor show. This is even better than Ragnarok. It's dark, and it's weird.
Well, it's in the
time
name.
travel. Yeah,
it's in the name.
Well,
I mean,
and the
It's
best
dark.
part is you got to watch it in German. You got to watch it in German with the subtitles.
okay. Well, I don't
Because
mind that.
and then if you have any rudimentary knowledge of German
a
whatsoever,
little bit.
you will know that what they're saying is actually not what they're translating, and that's always fantastic. I love that.
Ich verstehe ein bisschen Deutsch.
Ein bisschen. Nur ein bisschen.
Nur ein bisschen.
Nur ein bisschen. Yeah. Jawohl. So, yeah. So Dark is coming back in a month.
Okay. Well, maybe I should watch the first
You
season.
have
and then
there. I think there's more than one season, so you need to get caught up.
Fuck.
Yeah,
me.
he can't do that.
That's too much. If there were 6 episodes, I might make it. There's no way. No,
Really?
no
You have the
fucking way.
attention span of a gnat. You
Yeah,
would
I know.
not
I couldn't
make
even
it.
finish a 90-minute documentary about the crazy guys in Utah.
You spent more time explaining that freaking documentary to me last night.
that I did actually watching it. Yeah, I know. It's a lot.
How long was it? Like 20-minute show. I was like,
Maybe, I don't know.
Tune in next week to find out, did Greg finish that documentary?
Yeah.
Does he know about Beaver whatever?
Is he still red?
Is he still red?
All right, so you get to outro us.
Do I?
Yeah, you said we'll take turns. You do intro. I do
Where's
outro.
the outro?
Oh,
you
you
didn't
did-
write it down.
I didn't write one.
Shit.
it's not my job. I don't have to write the thing.
Shit.
Okay, well I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Number 1, like and subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, on Stitcher Premium, anywhere that you can see a podcast. We're
Apple
there.
Podcast.
Subscribe to us. We would love it if somebody in the history of mankind would go on the iTunes thing and actually comment, hey, this is a fun show. They have a good time and tell me a lot about digital cards that I really enjoy. Blah, blah, blah. Words to that effect. Or you could just say, Greg needs to shut the fuck up once in a while. That would be fine too, as long as there's 5 stars, baby. But that helps people find the show. It'd be a nice thing if somebody would actually do that. So that's fun. We are on Twitter. We're Hoardcast on Twitter. You can send us an email it's hoardcast@gmail.com. Really easy to find. We have a phone number you can call if you'd like to be part of the show, or call in and say, Greg needs to shut the fuck up, or finish watching a show once in a while. The phone number for that is 904-628-1138. Give us a call. Love to have you on. We'll plug you in there. We'll talk about what you said, and I might have to apologize for something. I don't know. And
They'll call you up for some shitty trade or something.
yeah, no, I never apologize for that.
There you go.
I back up the truck, baby. That's how I do. So everybody else should do the same.
Absolutely.
So we thank you again for listening. Matt, thank you again for making time and being here with us today.
Oh, more than happy. It was a great time. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you, sir. And we will see you guys next week. Arrivederci.
Have a good week.
Meet you.
Okay.
We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are.
Watching.